Welcome to Mitten Music.
When we visited the Alluvion earlier this year, we had the opportunity to talk with sound engineer Tiff Falls.
Mr. Jeff, who the heck are we talking to tonight?
Well, someone we didn't get a chance to talk to at the Alluvion when we were there for the show because she was so busy getting things prepared. We've got Tiff Falls, sound engineer at the Alluvion, and she does many other things as well, which we'll get into. But that was a great night of music, great sound. It was excellent.
Thank you very much.
I feel like with that name, you kind of got to do something. You could do something with that name. That's a cool name.
My stage name is actually Riffin' Tiff. Is my
Riffin'
Facebook
Tiff.
thing and my Insta and everything. It's Riffin' Tiff because I play guitar.
Tiff Falls.
All right.
Like, Tiff Falls sounds like a band name already. Like just that. Not
I
even
just
a
might
solo.
though.
I think you should at least get the domain. Oh, no, I'm gonna get it quick so you
Yeah.
I can sell it to you for $1,000.
I'll pay you $43.
Fair enough. That sounds good.
So Tiff, we talked to Matt a little bit and kind of gave us an insight that he said, one of the focuses of the Alluvion that he wanted was somebody kind of dedicated to the sound. It was an important part of the piece of the puzzle there to the venue. And you were the person to bring in to kind of lead that. So how did that come about?
Well, I was fresh out of the NMC audio tech program, the community college that's up here.
Okay.
And I heard that there was this new venue looking for an events manager, sound engineer, and I just was like, well, let me just see if this might work. There's a lot of awesome engineers in the area, so I was like, well, throw it in, see what happens. And the only person I knew Matt from before, because actually I was working at the Workshop Brewery and I did sound and booking there, and I booked his band there. And that's when I had met him first, but we didn't really, connect outside of that.
Sure.
And then Jeff Haas, I also knew from the workshop. It was a really great way to just connect with a bunch of people and get networked in the city. So I put my name in, and they did interviews, and I was like, all right, let's just see if this works. And they called me back and were like, you're the one to do it. I was like, sweet, let's do this. Let's see what happens. So it's been kind of incredible, an incredible journey.
Was that?
That was July of 2023.
Ooh, yeah.
So they were still fresh.
Yeah. So you were like right there because we were talking to Matt. Jeff and I didn't realize it feels like the Alluvion has been around longer than it actually is. For whatever reason, we hear about it a lot. I don't know. So that's cool. You were there from the beginning.
So close to, it was before the wood slats in the back, before the lights, before the stage.
Dang.
All of it. We actually, I always mention Matt, myself, and the guy who actually put that wall together had to carry those super long wood slats individually, like 4 at a time, up the stairs in the middle of summer from downstairs in the parking lot because it would not fit in the elevator. So I'm like, this is truly a labor of literal sweat and love.
We will have pictures.
I'm very proud of that. Yeah. Yeah.
So how is it, we've talked to some sound engineers and some of those folks kind of bounce around to different places. They might go, work at a venue quite often, but not like what you're doing where you're working there most nights, I think, right, Tiff? And talk a little bit about that. And then when you're not there, how do you kind of manage that?
So this is an incredible scenario. It's not very often that engineers get like a full-time gig at one spot. It's usually several, and they're all kind of hired guns, and it's hard to deal with several different people in one spot doing a bunch of different things. So this was like just dream scenario, really. And I'm events manager as well, so it's like both of those put together. So anything really that's happening there, I'm there for like 99.1% of the time, which I love. I love it. It's good. Some days I'm like, oh, but I'm like, what am I complaining about? There's absolutely nothing to complain about. This is incredible. So I'm anytime cool stuff happens there, there's all sorts of events that happen there. There's film screenings that happen there. Just so many different things. So I get to be a part of all of that. And when I get a random Friday or Saturday off, or any days off in between where we're just kind of in between programming, I'll go out and see anybody in town who wants sound help, or I'll go and support my local friends and
You're a workaholic,
music. Or
aren't you?
it's just I love doing it. I love helping. I'm a tech nerd. Anything anyone needs, I'm like, I got a bunch of stuff just sitting, waiting to be used in my garage.
You
Like,
got the bandages.
let's do it. I love the local Full Tilt improv group, so I go and just enjoy their shows and help them and anything I can do with them. So it's just an awesome community here. It's small, tight knit, and really great though. Like there's some really good gem pockets in this town. So I love all of it.
That's badass.
So what got you into the sound aspect of music? Like, what got you excited? You went to school for this, obviously, so there's something there driving you.
I mean, if you like music and you're a nerd to begin with, and maybe she turned into a nerd, I don't know. But I feel like those two things lend themselves to being a sound engineer.
Yeah. I musician first and foremost at heart.
Cool.
So that was my main thing, was just music. Loved it. And so how I actually got into this was truly trial by fire. Just like, here you go, it's happening. So I was following around my now wife with her band. She had a band downstate for, I think it's like 12 years or something. Cover band, played all sorts of festivals everywhere, weddings, like you name it. And I was following her around initially when we first started dating. And I was like, hey, this is cool. I love what you're doing. This is awesome. How can I help? So she's like, well, help us set up and hang out with the sound engineer and blah, blah. I was like, okay, this is cool. And I saw the soundboard. I was like, okay, it was a spaceship. Yeah. I love this. This is amazing. You do this and it sounds like this. Yes. So that piqued my interest, and I just started learning by watching and just plugging things in, and I knew how to like plug things in. And one night, the engineer quit 3 hours before a show. Wow. And they were like, we don't have anybody else to do this, so you are going to now do this. And I was like, okay.
You're like, let's see what happens.
I remember how to plug stuff in, and with the help, of course, of the band, and like, just getting it together. I mean, there was a lot.
You couldn't be expected to like know everything that night that you started doing that. No. So I felt like that was a good learn. That was a good point to trial by fire, like you said. That's exactly it.
Yeah, it was. I kind of thrive sometimes. Rock and roll, man. That's what I was like. I literally just learned by doing it and not knowing what I was doing most of the time, and just kind of following the motions. Everything was set in the board. I got to use all the gear and everything there, but like, just there was tracks, there was click tracks, there was in-ears. I was like, I had no idea what any of it was at all. So it was just learning, and it was so funny because some festivals they go to, I think they saw the like terror in my face when I was like, they're like, what do you blah 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 blah, and it's listing all these things, and I was like, and I'd point to my thing. They're like, it's okay. We'll help you. So they were luckily so nice. Like, I really didn't run into anyone who was like a jerk or they were just saw me struggling and helped me out. Yeah. So luckily I had some good people down there helping me do it. Yeah.
I feel like that's how I like to learn things, is exactly that way.
Yep. Just get in there, do it, see what happens. And I really ended up,
but
oh yes. So I'm sweating all like just I get there and I'm sweating immediately.
Yeah.
It's, no questions. But it really was like it really ignited something that I didn't really know I had a passion for, and connecting that with the artists and connecting the sound and like making that come together for the audience. I was like, oh, okay, I think this might be what I want to be doing. So
Awesome.
I pursued it, and when we moved up here, I saw the program, and that just took everything off to the next level.
Yeah. Cool. Well, you seemed like you were focused and I mean, really into the job when we were at the Alluvion, and kind of saw before the show. You know, you're working with every artist, or kind of not only just didn't look like even just about the sound, but just how do you want to lay out the stage? How do you want an instrument? So what goes into that? I don't think I've ever heard that aspect of it. So does that play into how the sound is set up, or just how you want because you're the event manager as well, like just how you want things to, you think they'll be the best for the artist to move around?
So it's so funny because that night you caught me in something that I screwed up so hard, and I didn't know there was an opening band because I just didn't like read into my advance for some reason. I was like, yeah, set up, do the whole stage, whatever you want. I was like, get it, it's awesome. And then I see these other band people coming in. I was like, guests?
Do you guys have 2 drum sets?
I was like, you guys got more people? That's cool. We got room. And they're like, no, we're the opening band. I was like, oh my God. And the other band was completely set up. So I was like, oh no. So that was, just totally on me.
I wouldn't have known any different. Yeah. I just thought you were setting things up, and it
stressful for you maybe, but like we came in early in the afternoon and we couldn't tell jack shit was going. Like we had no idea any of that was going on. So it was cool.
The band was like super cool about it, and because I was like, oh my gosh, there's like so much stuff up here, and then they had a bunch of stuff, and I was normal. So normally you want to set it up, especially if there's an opening band. The headliner sets everything up and then kind of pushes things back a little bit for the other bands to set up in front. So you kind of plan for that and set them up. So you're like, okay, the other amp could go here. The other drum set could be here. It's like strategically planned and placed. And I totally didn't do that night. So everything was just...
Well, luckily it was a 2-piece, I guess. That was
I was like, oh my God, the break of a century on the night that I screwed up so hard. So.
And they might have only been like 16 years old. I don't know. They were young.
No, they were in their 20s, but they were college. So they were college students, maybe 19, 20. Yeah.
They were so young. I remember. They were awesome. I was
know.
Blown away.
I like them a ton. They were such good sports about it, and like worked with how we made it work. And that's a huge thing. Like most of my job is just like PR, public relations, just talking to people. What do you need? What makes you comfortable up here so you can like just do what you got to do and not worry about it.
Wow.
And if they never have to worry about sound, it's my job is done.
What is it? I think we've asked this with one other sound engineer, but what is it what's the ideal scenario when you're working with a musician that because they have expectations of you, like, want this or that, but what makes the best connection and relationship or the success for the night when you're working with a musician?
So usually, I mean, there's a lot of factors, a lot of per basis kind of things, but if they're really comfortable with their gear, so a big thing is amps and like pedals and things with patches and all that stuff that can kind of be all over the place. So if they're dialed in with their gear and they're really aware of the space and what it needs just a little bit, so they know they don't have to like super project out. It's a small spot. They're like comfortable with changing things if needed for the space. And they're just like, all around okay with adjusting what they're doing for the space. That is so helpful for connecting that experience to the audience, because if they're just blasting away 1,000%, and I can't, it's hard for me to do anything about that so much in a tiny little space. It's small, but it's very mighty, but it's managed specifically to just know that 10 feet in front of you, there's a person's face and their ears, and your amp is directly at their face. And please don't blast their face off, unless that's the kind of concert that we're doing. So that's fine otherwise. But mostly it's a listening room scenario. So there's like seats right a foot away from the stage. So if they're cool and they know their stuff and they're comfortable, and even if they don't really know all their stuff, if they're open to like taking suggestions and adjusting for that scenario, like that's all I can really ask for. They can.
I sound like you're being way too nice about this. you
Well,
mean to say if they will take some orders, if I command them to do this?
Well,
which you have
I've
every
had
right
it
to
where
do, I
like
feel
it's
like.
beautiful at sound check. They're like, "Got you. I'm turned down. It's awesome. Let's do this."
Yeah.
And they start, and it's just like, they just turned it right back up, and I'm like, "Cool. Well, I guess here we are. This is what we've got tonight." So,
This is my
it happens,
for tonight.
and you can't. I think that's the big connection and the real like other part of the skill of this job is to learn what the artist really needs and what they're after for what they're used to hearing, and just finding out how to give that to them in my specific space. Because they're just, most places are used to having to bring their own gear and having to blast out and be their own PA, and that's what they're used to. So changing that can change the way they play, can change the way they sound a bit. So like really trying to talk to them and say, what are you comfortable with? What do you not want to really compromise on? And then coming together in the middle and really finding out how to make it work for that space is like all of it. The other stuff is just plugging things in and turning them up. I know that's an oversimplification, but
Sure.
truly it's working with people and what they're willing to work with you as well on. And that's like all of it.
You explain that so much. Like, so we've talked to a few sound engineers before, but I feel like we have never had this conversation before. This is so, this is cool. Like you do bring a unique level to this, at least from what we've experienced so far. I don't know. I don't know how unique it is overall, but you guys got something good going on over there. Good job.
Like I said, it's a very unique, and like I'm like in luxury with this. Like most engineers don't have the luxury of what I have hours of sound check time and people that are just like cool, and a lot of, because I've gone out and done tours, and most of these places have a bunch of different sound engineers, and they have not a bunch of time, and they're on like boom 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 schedules, and they're like stressed, and they don't have the like peace of mind to be able to just like, hey, I can really like stretch out my skills and connect with somebody. I'm just here to like do this job and boop boop. So like it's hard to kind of get that same thing. I ran into one other place that was like kind of what we have is a full-time person there. That's the only one there, and it's like a beautiful space, and it was really, really magical. And a lot of places don't get that, and that's the hard part. And that's where you get the like grumpy sound engineers that are just like, I don't care what you have, just get on the stage and then go, and I'm gonna go get a drink. Like it's hard. It's hard.
But I feel like this also, like you were talking about luxury earlier, and maybe like even earlier we were talking about getting picked for the job, right? Or doing the interviews and they chose you. Like, I wonder if you seem like an easy person to connect with just from us chatting in this conversation, right? I feel like that's not every sound engineer has that ability as well. You don't have those soft social skills, right? You got that. So what I'm wondering if the Alluvion saw that and he was like, we need this gal, man. She's got to be on our team. Like, I don't know. I can feel that. It's just interesting, right? Because like I said, we've talked to several sound engineers, and this is just a different conversation. It's cool. I can see it. Just want to give you a high five. That's all.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So Tiff, you mentioned you've been on tours and have done some sound for bands, I assume. tell us a little bit about that, and then is it a difficult shift for you when you do that, from the fact that you are working at that same space, you know the space, and now you're going to different venues and you have to hit different things and have to adjust to those?
Oh yeah, it's totally wild out there. It's like, and honestly, I've done stuff around Michigan, but my first several out of state tour was just last year, and it was for 2 weeks, and man, is that just wild. It is. Every venue is completely different. It sounds completely different. It runs different. You're working with different things. Like the fundamentals are all there, but the space, the gear, the setup, all of those things, you have to take all of that into account to just try and make it something that you can control, with whatever's in your control at that point. Because some venues, like we were in an old apartment building that the floor literally got cut out, and there was a balcony, and there was just like, we were under a balcony. So the sound was just, it's very bizarre, to try and work with those things. So you have to compensate for what that is and what those different frequencies build up to do. So it's really different. It's like I said, it's awesome that I can have the same spot. I know the space so well, and that's really the luxury portion. Is I don't have to learn something new each time. I know it. I know what that's going to do in this space. I know what that's going to sound like, and I can plug and play all those things and then just make it, elevate the band and that sound.
And you can use your soft skills because you get so much time left over. So, right.
Right. It's like I said, luxury of time is not something a lot of engineers have.
Right.
And
That's
and
cool.
I feel bad for that, because I feel like so many can do so much more.
Sure.
If they were just taken care of a little bit better, and had a little bit better things to work with, and not like busted gear and owners that don't care, or managers that are like, whatever, just get it done. It's a harsh environment. It's a harsh like an entertainment industry, so trying to just be as positive and be as appreciative as we can is really important, because spreading that and turning maybe a rough situation and like things are really tense and stressed, but if we all know like we're part of the same team and we can do this, like it really helps. But not everybody gets it, so I'm just happy that I can do this and I'm getting paid to do it, so I'm just gonna enjoy it as long as it lasts.
Nice, good job.
I mean, I guess it makes sense that some bands would have their own sound engineer, but is there ever any conflict with like if you go to a venue and they do already have a dedicated sound person? Is that not normal? Or I don't know enough about that, I guess.
So it really, on a lot of these places, it just depends. Bands will absolutely travel with their own engineer, and a place will have it, and you just work together. But the traveling engineer is the one who's in charge. So I've had a lot of instances where these bands come in, and they are international bands are coming in, and they're like, they've got their person, they have their sound set up, they come in and do all the setup, and I'm just like the stagehand essentially. And really, I love when that happens, because one,
easier.
I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
If anything happens bad, it's not me.
Yeah.
But I'm also there to learn, because they have like, I check all their like EQs and what they're doing and their methods, and I just ask questions and learn from what they're doing and watch them, and I've learned so much. Yeah,
so cool.
and that's the thing, I love to learn stuff, so that is just my favorite thing to do. So it's a normal thing, and I thought about that too when I was going on tour. I was like, is it cool that I'm like bringing my board, and if I'm setting it up by you, and like, are they gonna be mad? And the local engineer here, my friend, he was like, no, it's normal. Like, people bring it in, they have setups for that. They know that it's like part of the deal. So it's you're accommodating either or. You can be their engineer, or if they come in, if they have a board, or if they want to just come and learn that one, it's all it's all standard.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Tiff, what kind of music do you like? I guess this is, since you're not like an artist, at least for the reason we're talking today. And I know some artists are like, everybody says, I like it all. But what's your jam? What, if you're going to go see a show, let's just say it's somewhere in Michigan, it doesn't have to be Traverse City. What are you going to go see? Who are you going to go see?
Well, I really do like a lot and all, but my like main thing, I love hard rock, is like one of my favorites. I was in a hard rock band when I was like 19. It was my first band, and I loved it so much. It was like my favorite thing in the world. And it was original music, and this was like 2004 to 2006. So the rock scene was like booming. It was everything was rock on the radio. All the bands were killing it, like Tool and Deftones and Chevelle and like all these
listed my 3 favorite bands.
Yeah, man, like all that, and even like grew up with Korn and Disturbed and Godsmack when they came out, and I was like it just built into this huge rock thing, and at that time I was living in Florida, so there was just festival after festival of all these rock things. I went to there was this thing called Livestock in Florida, and it was on just like a big livestock farm. And I got to see Rob Zombie, Mudvayne. There was like there's other stuff. I don't think it was Taproot, but it was all in one. It was a 3-day festival of like epic proportions. So that's my like main squeeze is hard rock. But man, there's just some incredible stuff out there, like Glass Animals and Tune Yards, and I like Glass Animals. There's just like so many to think about. But
these days
like stuff like
you can't even describe like what kind of music is like. I don't know. It's like it's either, to me it's like it's either rocking or it's chill, and it can be anything. Like the sound cannot matter. Is it like get you pumping up, or is it like this is cool, I can relax to this? But it's all over the board. You can't even describe some of these like Glass Animals. How would you describe that? Alternative something? Just alternative like, music? I don't know.
Like electronic jungle chill or something.
Sure, right. Like they have such
cool
a unique
stuff.
sound. It's like, like I wouldn't call it pop. I mean, it's got pop. It has some popness to it, but I wouldn't call it pop music.
I think that's what I love about a lot of it now is and just about anything really. It's not so straightforward. There's so much influence, and you can just express it all. I love world music like a ton, like the Tea Party from Canada. That's where I'm from, and that they took all these, it's like rock, but it's all these really cool world aspects and playing these different instruments, and that stuff I love. Like,
and they're coming to
we have a world music series at the Alluvion, and dude, it's just so cool. There's so much cool stuff going on. So I really I dig into that stuff a lot, and it's it just opens up your brain. I want stuff that just pops it open and takes it somewhere else for me. I'm like, sweet, let's go.
Yeah, I like it. Very cool.
Do you still play?
Go ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you play? Do you still play?
Yeah. Guitar, bass. Currently so my wife and I have a duo, the Lofties, but we haven't played in a while because we took careers and got a business, and the creative side kind of took
adulting gets in the way.
Oh God, it's just the worst sometimes, I'll tell you. But it's like, I think now we're realizing how much that is a part of us, and we can't like push that down kind of anymore. So we're in the process of recording our EP for right now, and it's just a little bit of everything. So I do guitar, I do bass, I kind of produce all of it. I write all the music. I do drums on like a drum pad thing, to get the idea. Like a MIDI but Logic has this incredible thing where you can program kind of exactly what you want, and it sounds like a real drummer. And Logic's just like a digital like workstation. It's your so it opened up everything. So she plays violin and sings and does lyrics, and I pretty much do the rest. And it's awesome. Yeah, it's really, really cool.
That's super
My
cool.
first place to play again after all that, of course, is the Alluvion. So I have to like bring my A game, and it's got to be really, really good because
Yep.
like I can't screw this up, guys.
Nope.
I gotta show up and put up and shut up. You know.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys will.
Man, it'd be tough to do sound for you at your own the
or
own
maybe
venue
it's
that you
easier.
do.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna monitor, but I'm definitely gonna have one of my. I mean, there's like I said, there's incredible sound engineers just in this
You'll get someone
town,
else.
and I trust them with any of it. You know, they taught me so much, and they've helped me so much, and like I couldn't be in half of this capacity without them. So and without NMC and all those people there just networking and being so nice and collaborative and giving, I think, of their time and of their like skills and knowledge.
Mhm.
It's awesome up here. I'm so fortunate for this.
So when we've also spoken with Super Nuclear, and does his game bring any wrench into your night or not, or is it kind of it's easy peasy as long as he's got, he sets all of his own stuff up, his equipment up, but does he get in the way, or is there collaboration with that? I'm just curious.
No, I love it when Mac shows up. He is
Yeah.
so cool. And what he does is like, I want to do that. I was like, can I do this too at the same time? No, I can't do it, but I would love to do it because it's, oh my God, if I could, it'd just be like insane.
How cool would that be?
I know. That's
so
what I was
cool what he
thinking.
does.
I know.
Oh my gosh. And he's right there. Like
does...
it could be your station. Like you could have all the equipment, but how can you lend all your creativity to go to that when you really got to pay attention to things going on over there? Like, yeah.
That's my downfall.
It would make sense, but yeah, I don't see it. That'd be a hard one to do.
Jack of all trades, master of none. So that's where I'm kind of, I love too many things, and I haven't, I have to just pick a couple and do them well. So that's, but any event he does is awesome. So everything we've done there with him, it just adds this incredible environment and atmosphere, and it's all standing. Every show we do is standing room only, and that is like where I really lean into. I'm like, that's concert venue, man. That's there's no chairs. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. You got to stand. This is how it rolls. Downstate, all the venues down there, standing room, So I love when that comes in because that gets it a little bit more gritty. It's not so like, which is everything for its own place. And the listening room is an incredible experience, and it's sitting and you're really soaking it in. And that's an experience, and standing's a whole other thing. It's a little bit louder. It's a little bit, grittier. There's that roughness to it, that concert thing. So I like it all. And the fact that we could do those things in one spot, amazing. Cool. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, this was great, Tiff. Enjoyed talking with you. Give us a little flavor, a lot of different things. The Alluvion, sound engineering, being a musician. Keep us posted on any music that you guys put out in the future.
Please. Yeah, absolutely.
Want to keep in touch on that. And you're the first person on our podcast that is originally from Canada, but you've been in Michigan long enough. We call you part of our family now. So
that means I'm the next closest then, because I was born in Port Huron, which is like right across the bridge from Canada. So I'm the so before tonight,
maybe you went to the hospital in Canada, Ryan.
Out of all, what's that?
I said maybe you actually were born in Canada and just came across the bridge after.
I don't know, man. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Who knows?
Yeah, I've been in Michigan longer than I was in Canada, so I'll say this is my new home, but it's just a arm's length away from home, So I love it. Good. I love it here.
Good.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for joining us. Thanks for taking some time, and love what you're doing up there at the Alluvion.
Thank you.
Great venue.
Thank you for having us on
Great
here.
Sound.
This is thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. It was cool to get to know you.
If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe, and also check out our website, themittenmusic.com. Sign up for future information, and also check out our social clips on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure to tune into our next episode to figure out where we're going next in Season 5.